Howdy, howdy,
Good
howdy.
evening.
Y'all all awake?
Awake?
Well, we're all awake.
No.
I just didn't want to talk over folks. That's all.
Okay.
It's all good in the hood. Um, would you like for me to get the boilerplate shit out of the way first, Vanguard?
Absolutely. Take it away, bud.
All right, brother. All right, let's get the boilerplate shit out of the way. For those of you who are too dim to figure this out, we're going to break it down for you. And no, we're not providing crayons or paper. Anything we say on this channel is for entertainment purposes only. If you do not know what that is, pick up your fucking phone and look it up. Second, if you don't agree with something we are saying here or whatever, that's your prerogative, but don't expect us to change our viewpoint because we're pissing you off. This is not a safe space, and we do not give two fucks about feelings. This is a bunch of like-minded individuals here discussing whatever happens to be on our mind at the time and having a discourse about it. Again, we don't care if you agree with it or not. We're not here to make friends. We're just here to discuss something. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it. And you sure as shit can leave the channel. We're good with that. It's all okay. That being said, thank you for all being here. And it's going to be kind of spicy tonight. We're all having our own difficult time dealing with the tragic loss of Charlie Kirk yesterday. And we're going to get into it and all the shit we know thus far and our suspicions, hypotheses, etc. So with that, we'll kick things off. Vanguard, you got anything you'd like to add to that?
Oh, I got a lot of syllables I'd like to use, but I'm gonna try to keep it PG because I'm actually hoping that not little kids are watching this, but people that need to know the
Yeah.
information that's about to come out are paying attention.
Yep.
So we all know today, and there's a lot of circulation going on. There's a lot of YouTube phenomenons or mediators on the positive side of this that are getting behind it and supporting the situation. But the realization that people's not coming, that people are not gathering and wrapping their mind around is we're not safe. Nobody's safe. So while we were backstage, we're going to talk about Charlie Kirk, but while we were backstage prepping for this live, we got the information that there's a shooter at one of the military bases or something like that. I think Moose has got some details on it. So while what happened with Charlie Kirk, there was also a shooting happening at a school, I believe it was.
I believe so in Colorado, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
I
So
only thing I could find yesterday on it was like one story, and it was a tweet somebody tweeted. It didn't give any details. Like all it said was a couple of kids injured or something. So I mean, it was a crazy day yesterday, and today there's one going on right now, Annapolis, Maryland, our Naval Academy. Is under a
Yeah,
lockdown.
the Naval Academy on lockdown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they had a
Due to
midshipman they
report of
kicked out
threats.
last week, and he got mad, came back.
Ugh.
well, I think it's safe to say, and I think everybody will agree that the American populace currently, the mental state of everybody is absolutely off the fucking Richter scale. I mean, nobody can argue that. What so many have died for in the past to build this country was worthless at this point. I mean, what do we have? I mean, this is not the country or America that I remember when I was growing up.
Hmm.
Right.
No.
I mean, I'm not very old, but I mean, I would say I'm weathered, but some may be older than me on here. Some may be younger. Can't remember. Tim. Jay. I can't remember Jay.
Right,
Good.
I'll take mine. It's all good.
But anyway, so we all know a country that we were proud of, that you could walk down the streets, in your neighborhood without fear, and it's just insane. Like right now, And we've talked about it a million times, and people thought I was crazy 10 years ago. And my wife has adapted to my mentality of awareness. So if we go out somewhere, and I've talked about this before, I sit where I can see the entrance and the exit always. Okay, and there's a reason behind that. And the thing is Americans are arrogant, and no matter what's going on in the world, Americans are arrogant, self-soothing. Oh, that's not going to happen to me. That I'm good. Nobody's going to mess with me. That's not true in the slightest sense. You don't ever know what's going to happen. And currently, people think it's okay. They're going to get their moment of fame for doing some heinous act, and that's the way they look at it. And I mean, we're on media right now. We're on YouTube doing a live, but everybody here would agree that the internet media is poison.
Mhm.
Huh, that's an
People,
understatement.
I mean, people get this false sense that like we live in a game or a sim or something like that. That's crazy. It's absolutely insane. There's no repercussions. People can do what they want to do, and most cases get away with it. So this unnamed shooter, we'll go ahead and jump into this unnamed shooter that thought it was okay to go out and shoot a father of two children and a husband. He thought that was fine. What makes somebody wake up in the morning and say, "Oh, I'm about to go and end somebody's life and ruin several others' lives"?
You
I
forgot
mean,
his mom and dad too.
absolutely, his parents. I mean, his whole family, anybody that he's in contact with, the company, the business that he has, all those people that's lives are directly affected by him is in turmoil, and there's nothing anybody can do about it.
Well,
Now,
go ahead.
now here's the thing, and this is the question that everybody's asking: why has this guy not been caught already? Think about that.
There's a breakdown somewhere.
Hey man, Santa
Well,
Claus showed up early for him. That's all I can say.
Well, you ask a valid question,
well,
man.
there
Go ahead, Jay.
there's anymore. You can't go anywhere without being in front of a camera and AI analyzing that video. You can't do anything anymore.
Yeah.
The surveillance state is here. So dude was either trying to think where I'm going to go with this. If you watch Monkeyworks put out a video today, and I've gone to the point where I'm pretty sure the guy knows. He's 90%. You know, but he went through this breakdown, and there was some plane flights. So either this dude is just a cover, or and they might find him face down in the desert somewhere. Um, but I still think there's more to this. I still
Oh
think
yeah.
there's a lot more to this, and
Sure.
that's just my conspiracy theory side.
Well, here's the thing. We've all been chased, beat down, and suppressed for damn near 8 years. All right. It all started when Trump was in office the first time, and then when diarrhea fucktard took over. They used the federal government as a police arm to go after anybody who spoke out against the fucked up things going on in the country. You were doxxed, you were hunted down. I mean, look at all the people who were on January 6th. I mean, they left no stone unturned to try and make examples of people who were not on the left. And, you know, I'm kind of of the mindset now, and this may not be the right way to look at it, but it's kind of time for them to get their just rewards. It's time for us. You can't tell me that we don't have the capability to find out who this dude was when they used all the shit they used for the past nearly 8 years to persecute people and use all the technology and all the fucking branches of government they had to do it, and you're going to tell me we can't find one single shooter? I don't.
T, I want you to think about this, especially since today is 9/11. How long did it take us to find Osama bin Laden?
He wasn't in the United States.
Still, we had people working 24/7 in this guy's life.
I get that.
And, you know,
Yeah, and we've had like a massive.
and we're supposed to be the
Um,
greatest at tracking somebody down. I'm just saying.
Well, I get what you're saying, Moose, and I'm not saying you don't make a point, but my point is this happened on U.S. soil on a university campus in our backyard. There's no excuse for us
yeah,
not to be able to have this fucker drawn and quartered last night. In my
Yeah.
opinion.
and we've had some massive technological advances since, uh, you know, Osama and now. I
Mhm.
mean, I can't remember a time where I go from point A to point B in my daily life, and I'm seeing those black solar powered cameras um, going to and from.
Yep,
You know,
they're
I've got a
everywhere.
route where I can go to stay away from those things, but guess what? They're still there. You know,
Yeah.
but I mean, I think there's four of them just between the short trip that I go, and it's like, good lord,
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the universities, the campus must have security cameras because there's no guns allowed, and I'm sure they're scanning for people with
Actually,
guns all the time.
I found something out today, and I forgot to check it. But Utah, at that campus, if you have your concealed carry from Utah, you can carry on that campus concealed.
No way. Wow,
I
that's
didn't have a chance to check it, but
Utah has a very unique concealed carry permit.
you know, that's
well,
what I heard
yeah,
from
okay, yeah.
a guy that I subscribe to his channel, and he's usually very reliable. And he said, this campus, you can carry concealed
Hmm.
on that. And I was going, whoa, okay.
Oh,
Well, it could be too that they were going through somewhere being checked or whatever before they got down there where Charlie Kirk was. Who knows? I mean, we don't know the way out or if there are metal detectors or anything else to keep. I mean, I don't know. From what I've seen, the guy that was on the roof was off. I'm not going to say he was on campus. I want to say he was across the street because wherever he was at was some kind of garage. At least that's what it said on the base of the building he was in. And he was up on the roof over kind of across it. Um,
that looked like
you
another
know,
building, though. I
it
looked up
did.
the
It did. But did you see where it said
I
like
looked.
garage or something on the bottom of it?
Yeah, I don't know if that's the media not sure what they're talking about, but I looked it up on Google Earth today, and there was a
Okay.
parking lot right out back. So the wooded area, I'm guessing, was the cemetery out back. I don't have it all in front of me right now, but
Okay.
that's the
Well,
just
judging
the
by the
guess that I
camera
have.
surveillance, that picture that they put out of the suspect was in the student life building,
Okay.
which
Hmm.
if you're facing where Charlie was sitting, that would be to your left hand side behind you.
Okay.
If you were sitting where he was sitting, that would be to the right out in
Yeah.
front.
I'm looking at the map of it
Okay.
now, and I don't think it was. I don't think it was a. I think it was a garage, but it wasn't the garage in the standard sense. I think it meant maybe for parking or something right there, and that's what I was seeing was the entrance to that. That's what the name was, maybe. Um, but I'm looking at the overhead view now, and Jay, you're absolutely correct. I'm looking at the parking behind it, and everything right there. It was part of the campus. You're absolutely correct. But there's some things in here that remind me of the whole Pennsylvania thing where they took a shot at Trump. Okay. You had a guy that was on the roof. Now, granted, it wasn't the president that was talking, but still, you had a guy that was up on the roof running around, and nobody saw that. Nobody caught it. Nobody did anything to stop it prior to the shot. And I guess I'm just having a hard time understanding, nobody standing in that fucking crowd noticed this dude run across the roof.
No, there's a video of somebody that did
Oh yeah,
notice.
yeah. There's somebody that did notice, and they kept pointing at it, but they didn't want to lose the views on social media.
So,
But my biggest question is, how much security did he have, and why nobody was watching the roof? Especially after we just went through what we did with Trump.
yeah, I
Um,
agree.
Charlie Kurt has his own private security, and I think it's 4 or 5 guys, but that's close up, And then he had a couple police officers, but that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his security is who was carrying him to the SUV after he got hit.
Yep.
So, I mean, and we've all seen that video. I mean, it was when he got hit, it smacked him, jolted him, and he checked out. That was a fatal wound right there.
Oh, absolutely.
No question in my mind. There was no saving him.
Mm-mm.
And I'm not trying to be morbid or anything. I wanted him to survive. I did not want this to take his life. He did not deserve to have his life taken. This was heinous, and not only the person that did the deed needs to be caught, but everybody fucking involved with it, and everybody that helped fund and set this up, because this has got to be more than just a shooter. I'm
Oh
sorry.
yeah.
It's got to be more than that. And I don't want another smoke and mirrors I don't want another Epstein thing where we're going to provide you information and then you get a piece of paper with a smiley face drawn on it. No, that shit ain't going to work. And, it's no longer safe to walk down the street or to go to the store or to do different things. I'm not being a fearmonger. I'm being a realist. If you live in an urban area, it's not the country we grew up and love. It's different.
Right.
Everything's politically charged now, and it's racially charged. And you've got people post on TikTok, we're going to keep killing white people for this reason or that reason. And you got all this other shit going on. I mean, it's you got the Democrats are losing their damn mind because they can't stand for somebody to tell them something and break their shit down with logic. They don't want you to argue with them, or they want you to bow down or go to ground and shut the fuck up. They want to force you to their ideology. And
I need to correct something right quick, T.
go ahead.
So it was the Lucy Center, Lossee Center is the building that the shot was took from.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at that. He was kind of on I'm going to say the front end of it. It looks like. From the picture I'm looking at on Reuters, and don't get me wrong, I don't like Reuters, but I just happened to be where I pulled something up.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't really matter
No.
where he was, but I don't want to put out any
No.
misinformation if I can. But the realization, and we've talked about the camera, media, the cyber world right now. I just can't wrap my head around the fact that they don't know who this guy is. So just to put a little information out, and I've been digging into this in cybersecurity and stuff like that. I've dealt with it before. A lot of people don't know that you can log into that university's camera system from your house right now.
Really?
Absolutely. All you
I
got to
thought
do is
I
sign.
thought
All you got to do is sign up and subscribe, create an account, and you can log in and view cameras in that school.
I thought those were all closed circuit.
Negative.
Okay, I don't need to go jog on campus anymore.
Well, I mean,
I
I'm
caught
sure.
that. I caught the joke there, Moose.
Oh
But,
man.
but yeah, it's not a closed caption system. So
I bet you they've shut off the last few days or 3 or 4 days.
oh yeah, absolutely. Because it, they're saying there was two people in that building, that the suspect, and there was one other person with them that was on camera. Nobody else, just those two people. So
Right.
can you spell accomplice?
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's no way this was a single person action. I cannot believe that. You're going to have a spotter. You're going to have somebody that's there ready to get you out of there or whatever the case may be. This guy had his exit planned.
Well, I'm looking at Reuters right now, and I'm not promoting Reuters, but they've got a video from Utah, the police and the governor and the FBI. The guy that we've seen pictures of, from what I'm understanding, the guy walking up the steps, they've got video of this guy going up to the roof, taking up position, doing the deed, then jumping off the building and going into the woods, and that's where they found the weapon.
Right.
So,
And the main thing, and people keep saying this, oh, well, they didn't see him toting the weapon up there. Look, this event was already planned.
the
If you're
weapon
going
brought.
to, yeah, the weapon's in place
Mm-hmm.
prior to the event happening. I mean,
Yep.
it's advertised, hey, such and such date he's going to be here. They're going to stage that weapon,
Yep.
and they're putting pictures out that this they found this weapon and it's in a box. I don't know if y'all have seen it. Have y'all seen it?
No, I've not seen a picture of the weapon actually.
So the
I
leak
saw
the
I
leak.
saw I saw a picture today in a video guy did, but I thought he was just showing that bolt action rifle just to give people what one looks like, you know.
Yeah, I don't know, but if you go on there and Google it, it says weapon found, and then they're showing pictures of a gun laying in a new box, and I'm like, come on, really?
Was there a can or a barrel threaded on it?
You can't see it. You can't see the end of it.
Oh,
And I don't know if any of, well, a lot of people are not sportsmen, shooters, or such, or very familiar with round percussions and stuff like that. So at 200 yards, you're going to have a fire and then a contact.
Right.
Okay, there'll be two sounds. And I hope everybody didn't watch the video. Unfortunately, that was the first thing I got. So you hear the hit, you don't hear the shot.
Exactly. You're right. That was the first thing I noticed.
And if they're claiming it's a 30-06, if you've got an unsilenced 30-06, you heard it. You would have heard the shot. I promise you.
sounded more like a suppressed 308, but that's just my opinion.
Well, I never heard a gunshot. I heard the impact. Now, maybe because it was down in that, um, whatever you call it,
Little
annex or
amphitheater.
amphitheater. Yeah, maybe because it was down in there and the way the sound traveled, you didn't hear it as clearly. But I heard the impact. I heard it hit me. That's what I thought. Because when you heard the noise, to me, and maybe it's just the sound traveled at the same. I don't know. But you saw it. I heard them hit the meat, and that's when he jerked. It just kind of slumped over. So, I
Only
mean,
if we had a hardened a hardened veteran sniper to tell us all this.
Well, I'm no sniper, but I mean, you're talking a quarter of a second from at 200, 200, 250 yards. You're you're talking a quarter of a second from the percussion of that weapon to the contact sound. And I know a quarter of a second doesn't sound like a lot, but
That's a lot.
it,
You know, that's a lot. 'Cause, isn't it like at a grand? Isn't it a full second?
yeah, usually at 1,000, usually at 1,000 it is. But I mean, you're going to hear that weapon before contact.
But you got
Well,
to remember also, sound echoes off of structure, buildings, trees, things like that. Then the way I saw it, the sniper would shoot down into a horseshoe configuration with the buildings.
Right.
So, because I mean, I watched one video and it was from a distance, and you heard the smack and, you saw them go over and then you heard the rifle report. That's why I'm thinking it's 308.
I wish I could find the where I saw the 30-06 comment, and I apologize. I've looked and looked and looked, now I can't find it. So,
Because it was just a little bit louder than a suppressed 223 or 5.6.
well, you can suppress the 30-06 if you've got the right suppressor and weapon.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's what
But
I'm saying.
again, you're talking about something that's rare. I mean, anyone knows anything about suppressors and all that shit. I mean, you got.
See, you still have to register a suppressor. So if there was a suppressor on that rifle, they're going to know who it
Well,
belonged to.
technically, you're supposed to register one.
Well,
In Texas, I
mean,
think you don't have to
for me
register
and
one
you,
in
for
Texas.
all of us sitting here in this room, yes, we're supposed to register one to get it through the ATF, et cetera, et cetera. But let's just jump down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, but T, you got a good point because you do not have to register a D7-43 F250 fuel filter. Okay,
ah,
so
right.
I
You mean
mean,
it's on the
I
side?
get your point. I get your point, but yeah, that weapon would be traced too if it was a new purchase. We don't know how long this guy had it. He could, I mean, it could be his grandpa's gun.
Yeah, we
But
don't
No,
know where the weapon
let me interject here
originated
for a
either.
second because there is one state that I do know of where you do not have to register your suppressor. That's Texas. They
Yep.
passed that law a couple of years ago, and it's a lot. If the suppressor is made in Texas and you're
Yep.
a Texas resident, you do not have to get the tax stamp. You
Correct,
just walk
but
into a store, buy it, and walk out with it.
right, but even so, the weapon's going to be serial numbered, or the
Correct.
suppressor, whatever. So let's say this weapon has a suppressor attached, and let's say that it was purchased in Texas 2 years ago, this year,
Well,
whatever.
that's the thing. If you leave the state with it, you just committed a felony.
Yeah, but at this point, he can murder somebody. That's
Yeah,
kind of
that's kind of a felony.
so. What I'm saying is they can get the serial number off that suppressor, go back to Texas, and go through their records to find out who purchased it, and start there.
well, here, let me clear up something with y'all. Now, there's a difference in a ATF authorized purchase and a register. Okay, Georgia, you do not have to register a silencer, but you do have to purchase it through an ATF regulated
Right.
system, if that makes sense. So registering it's just like any type of firearm. You don't have to legally register it. If you went and bought it from somebody at the Lowe's parking lot, you're legal,
Yeah, in Georgia, you're correct.
right? So I mean,
Well, I mean, maybe my verbiage was wrong. I don't. I said register. I don't mean register. I mean like when you buy the weapon, there's a record of the transaction.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ATF knows, and it doesn't matter what state you're in. The state does not govern ATF regulations. That's a federal level.
And even though Texas doesn't require the ATF tax stamp for a suppressor in that state, my point being that there's a record of that weapon being sold at a retail location, or not the weapon, the suppressor. So again, this all goes back to our original argument. Why have they not located any of this? If there's a suppressor used, unless it was homemade, if there's the weapon, the suppressor, whatever, you can't tell me that we don't have the apparatus in place to find this. I mean,
You can do the same thing with the weapon. Track that serial number.
Okay, I'm an information guy. T, you are correct. Texas, even if it is made in Texas, purchased in Texas, and stays in Texas, it's still all silencers that are sold in the United States are on a federal registration.
okay,
I'm looking at it right now.
okay.
Now, it says yes, the federal government requires registration of all silencers, even those made and kept entirely within the state. While Texas attempted to bypass federal requirements for Texas-made silencers, a federal appeals court upheld the federal law that supersedes the state law. So,
Okay.
but in my opinion, nothing that attaches to a weapon nor a weapon should have to be registered regardless, because that's our right. It's the Second Amendment. There's nothing in the Second Amendment when it was written that says, oh, you can't have a noise cancellation device. So anyway, irregardless, so going back to we're going to Jen Psaki it a little bit. So I don't know why I can't wrap my mind around the fact that they can't find this person. So Jay mentioned earlier the cameras with the solar panels on them that takes video or pictures of you as you're entering and exiting certain towns. We have those here.
Yeah, and the thing is with these cameras, so let's say you drive past this thing on a daily basis, and let's say you put a new sticker on your vehicle or get an accessory on your vehicle, it'll flag that vehicle that it is actually had an update or it has been upgraded. It'll make note of that. It's all AI, and if you've got a new sticker or something on there, it makes a log of it. So they're doing like a scrapbook of your vehicle every time you pass by it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like you think about when you get on the internet and you go look for, let's say, I don't know, trailer hitch for your truck. Next thing you know, when you're on Facebook or wherever, you're getting fucking emails and it's in your feed 500 different manufacturers of Chinesium trailer hitches.
Oh yeah.
And so, it's there's so much shit out there that's in your personal business. There's no reasonable excuse for us to still be sitting there scratching our heads saying, well, he's still at large.
Oh yeah. So what makes me think of something is that he had some help.
Oh, there's no doubt.
And no, I'm not talking like, hey buddy, why don't you help me out here? I'm thinking a little higher up.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is something that was orchestrated up the food chain.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm there with you, brother. I mean, you're talking about there was probably people in the deep state involved or the DNC or, who knows? I mean, I've seen all kinds of crazy shit today from foreign intelligence being involved, which I don't understand why that would even happen, but that just
Yeah, I mean,
that seems like a reach.
either this dude is like face down in a ditch somewhere, or he's on an island somewhere with an umbrella and a drink,
Mm-hmm.
And he's listening to Tupac and Biggie.
or he's watching our video or our live stream.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know. There's a lot of suspicious things. Like, we talked about the airplane that took off within an hour of the assassination of the private um, airport right there nearby. And as soon as it took off, it cut off the damn transponders, which is illegal as shit. And, like somebody was telling me, well, you can still track it with radar. I said, yeah, you can track it with radar if it stays above radar.
Yeah.
If it
Well,
drops below,
he probably went to Epstein Island.
Yeah.
who knows? George Soros may have land over there. I mean, you just don't know.
Well, I mean, and you might be on point because the fact of the matter is, it, the system is corrupt as fuck.
mm-hmm.
Okay,
Understatement.
I mean, you look at the media, and I'm gonna call MSNBC out. First thing they put out is somebody in the crowd was celebrating and shot their weapon and it struck him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
What
yeah.
are you? I mean, have you lost your ever living mind to say some shit like that?
This isn't Qatar. I mean, they're not celebrating by firing automatic
No, no, no,
fire
no,
up in the
no,
air.
no, no. Oh, shit.
I mean,
Hey Jay, didn't they do that at your
w-
quinceañera?
oh, my Kinsey.
Yeah.
Negative, sir. I didn't have one. Those are for
Ooh.
girls. Oh, oh.
So you had two. Uh, anyway,
Hey, 15 will get you 20.
Damn. Just damn.
but
Well,
go ahead, T.
no, you wasn't
I,
supposed to say.
no, I'm kind of in a rage, and I've been pissed off since this occurred
Mm-hmm.
because we're at a political war,
Yep.
and a lot of people's got their heads stuck in the sand, and they're not believing this,
S-
but
Sand.
because in the sand, right?
Sand.
So
Yeah.
they're
Looks
looking
like
and
all that
worried
like
about.
butthole.
Well, yeah,
We got a few
very
of them
close.
too.
But go ahead.
So
Sorry.
I mean, so they're not paying attention. Everybody's like, oh, it's fine. This is cool. How many times have y'all heard anything about? And they're labeling him as a right wing activist. Why not just leave that out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't think it's politically motivated, why is the news networks labeling him as a right wing activist? Why even put that on there? Why does it matter?
Because if they're all bought and paid for. I mean, we don't have.
Well, in my opinion, by them labeling him as that, is they're putting a tag on it as a trophy. Oh, we got one.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
We're also feeding the hate.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. And how do you get views? Oh, I don't know. Probably by
Feed the hate.
watching all these fucktards that are celebrating on TikTok and all that shit about the death of a human being.
Yep.
Every one of those fuckers need to be locked up right now.
Well,
Well, I'll tell you what. There's a lot of them I've been following on X. A lot of these fucktards that are celebrating are losing their jobs,
yep.
which they should. But I mean, are they really? I mean, we could go down that rabbit hole too. But it's just. But people are losing their jobs on this, and
Oh
I
no, they're
100%
they're
agree.
oh no, they're going to get to stay home and eat their Pop Tarts and live off the
Oh yeah.
government. Oh no.
I
I
don't know.
know.
I think Trump kind of shut that shit down.
My wife sent me a video of a guy. I think I put it in the chat earlier, but he kind of does comedy shit and stuff like that, but he was so wound up over Charlie Kirk, he spent all last night doxing all these people who were laughing and carrying on about it. He figured out where these people worked and who they were, attached their videos to his email, and sent it to their employers. I mean, do unto them as they did to us.
And that's exactly what should happen. I mean, I'm so happy this dude did it.
Yeah.
You know, that was fantastic.
And some of the employers actually emailed him back and said, this person's no longer employed by us. This doesn't represent the company. Some people said, as soon as this person comes in, their shit canned. I mean, he was getting responses back from the employers.
That's good.
So it's good to see that somebody has some brass cojones and say, you know what, enough.
Yep.
That's what needs to happen. We need to stop being the meek and mild. I'm not calling for people to go out there and bust heads or break laws or anything else. That is not what I'm saying. So all you brown shirts out there in YouTube land, kiss my ass. What I am saying is that the time for us to sit there and turn the other cheek and say we're going to take the moral high road, that shit went out the window yesterday.
No, I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one. Sorry.
All I'm saying is, when you get out here and some fucktard gets running their mouth or starts double parking because they're waiting on their fucking wings, the wing shack or whatever, stop fucking putting up with it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Start calling them out in public. They show out in public. Fucking call them out in public. I'm not saying get in a fucking fisticuffs or a gunfight with them, but
I was gonna say 5 of clubs, but
well, you know what I'm saying.
If I would have known that was you, I was blocking the spot from, I'd have moved it. Say no, man. Sorry.
Well, I'm just saying, it's time for us to stop being meek and mild and start speaking up.
Hey, car dollies are cheap.
Cattle catchers are too.
You put a car on car dollies, and there's a somewhat of a hill. There it goes.
Well,
sayonara.
It tends to be a problem when they're still in the vehicle.
Hey, that's okay. They'll learn.
I have run into a couple of situations where I want to just put the Meg in drive and just push them. But you know, I don't have enough bail money right now, so
we'll just start a GoFundMe.
Oh, but you know, there's hatred and violence and evil is being fanned and condoned and encouraged by the left. And unfortunately, you got enough people who are weak-minded or sheep that are just lapping that shit up like Kool-Aid and popcorn.
Yeah.
And what happens when, God forbid, they do this to the wrong fucking person and they go full John Wick in a damn shopping center or something on it?
Yeah.
What do you
watched
think
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, it's going to go up in our face because we're fucking fed up.
Right. Charlie Kirk did a video. I think I shared it with you. I might not have when I find it. But he said that, when... I honestly think he was talking about himself when I saw it. And that at some point... something's got to happen.
I've seen that video.
Okay, copy.
See, and what pisses me off about this whole thing is Charlie Kirk went to colleges and was doing the professor's job for them. He was teaching kids, think logically, and we don't have to agree, but think logically, speak educated, which I need to get my money back. I know, but when I went to college, but and these teachers aren't teaching that. They're teaching, this is what you're going to believe, and this only. I mean, and you're supposed to go to college to learn how to think.
Yeah,
You know,
it's supposed to be, you know, it's supposed to be non-political, but now they're indoctrination centers.
Yep.
I remember even when I went to college. Oh my gosh, y- if the instructor even found out that you were, you know, any remotely on the right, you were done. You
Yep.
failed that class.
Yep. Yep.
And yeah,
I had one that was similar. She'd do 50 points of the test was all true, false, or A, B, C, or D, and
yeah.
then the other 50 points was like short answer essays. I couldn't make over a 75, maybe an 80, you know, on anything. And I'm sitting there talking to one of my friends, and he said, "Dude, you hadn't figured her out yet?" I said, "No." I said, "I thought I argued that intelligently, and everything, articulate." And he said it is very well defended, but that's not what she wants to hear. And I was like, "Well, what does she want to hear?" He said, she told the class on the first day she's a feminazi, and she was serious. And so next test rolled around. I wrote on there what I thought she'd want to hear. By God, I made a 95 on that.
Huh.
And
Yep.
then
Damn.
the next one rolled around, I made a 98, 95. I never dropped below a 90 again. I had that teacher on and off for like 2.5 years. And I remember when I went and turned in my final last time I was ever going to take one of her classes. She asked me to speak to her after after class, and everybody turned their test in, and she said, "Moose, I'm so proud of the transformation from the first time you walked in my classroom to now." She said, "You just really grew and blossomed and all that." She said, "I'm just so proud of you." And I looked straight at her and I said, "Ma'am, you have no idea how much, you know, you've helped me." Because she didn't push me further to the right. I was just center of the road, leaned a little right then. But when I finished taking that class with her, hell no. Ultra conservative.
Well,
So,
sometimes what they try to do backfires, but unfortunately, most people just kind of fall in line and, you know,
Yeah.
they stop thinking for themselves. Look at all the times Charlie would go to these colleges and go to talk to folks, and one after the other was just dyed in the wool fucktard. I mean, and don't get one up there that's goddamn nose ring or pink hair because you're fucked.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
those were always the funniest to
oh
watch,
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
But yeah, it happens a lot in college. That was 20 years ago.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, Jay. I know.
Man.
Oh, it's good to have y'all both back because you're just keeping that pot stirred.
Well, I mean, I try to help him out since he doesn't have a leg to stand on.
Okay. All right, Jay.
Damn,
You,
just damn.
but uh, I mean, T's got all of his feet. We can't even. I mean,
Hey,
he was there
look,
when
hey, I'm cool with that. I don't mind being an antique. It's all right. You know, it's all good.
uh,
Model T.
you know, I thought you referred vintage to you know antique.
I can take either or. All it
Okay.
means is that I must have done something right to get to where I'm at. So,
You
you
drank the
know,
Kool Aid,
Absolutely.
man.
I'm still
Uh,
kicking.
you in Ponce de Leon, huh?
I've been called worse. Probably will be called worse. But I still sleep like a baby when I go to bed.
I tell
Well,
people I've been called worse by better.
let me shift gears with y'all for a second. You know the Trump killer trials kicked off
Yeah.
today, and the prosecution presented their first witness, and they've excused him from the stand, and they call two witnesses, and I think the second witness is the to testify tomorrow, and that dumbass is representing himself.
Okay. Well, I mean, I hope he rots for it. I hope they give him the fucking electric chair. Where's the trial at, Moose?
In Florida.
Good.
Hmm.
They have death penalty, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I believe so.
All right. That's what I want to hear.
Well,
I
it's a
hear
red
that.
state still.
Well, I mean, Alligator Alcatraz has a cell for him. you know.
I
So
mean, he's charged with attempted murder of a presidential candidate or something.
Huh.
I'd never heard of that one. I was like, huh. I've been meaning to look it up and see what the statute actually is. But I mean, he's in federal court, I believe.
well, I hope it's a federal court. I truly do.
Yeah.
Let's have to have one of these activist fucktards step in and try to overturn it.
Well, the year's not over yet. I'm still
No.
waiting to see what happens. I mean, we
Right.
still have October 7th coming up.
Yep.
Huh.
So, there's still a lot that can still happen.
Yeah, I mean, anything. You also got to remember too. Who's to say that this whole thing that happened yesterday isn't a diversion? As tragic as it is.
Mm-hmm.
We're living in a fucking psyop. So prove me wrong.
Right.
Just saying. I don't. You can't believe anything you're fucking told or see.
No, unless you watch it live.
Unless
Put
you're
it on the
seeing
internet
it.
if it's not true.
I mean, I'm not even sure watching it now because of AI.
Yeah.
You can't trust what you see unless you're physically there when it happens.
That AI shit scares the hell out of me.
Yep.
It does.
Nobody watched The Matrix. Nobody watched fucking.
There's a lot of AI.
I saw the first Matrix, didn't like it.
AI does make a lot of mistakes, though.
It does, but the problem is most of the people who see it and fucking believe it don't have 40 IQ points, so it doesn't matter if there's mistakes. That's the problem.
40.
Well, I may be generous,
Okay.
but you see what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I mean, when you've got someone standing there with 6 fingers, or there's someone that walks in behind a person and never comes out the other end, there's mistakes in there.
Sure,
And
absolutely. But it takes somebody with more than a Happy Meal worth damn brain cells
two brain cells to rub together. Yeah.
Pretty much to pay attention to what's going on. So. But
yeah, this whole last 2 days has been crazy.
It is. I mean, and then you had the 9/11 stuff going on today, which I know I can remember right now exactly where I was and what I was doing when that shit happened. And I'll take that to my grave. I'll never forget that day.
Yeah.
And, my mother says the same thing about when Kennedy was assassinated. She remembers exactly where she was, what she was doing. These events.
Well, T, I remember where I was too, and 15 minutes before that, I got the news that I was having a son come into this world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And 15 minutes later, I'm like, what in the hell is going on? And the first thing me and my wife said was, we're bringing a child into this world.
Yeah.
That was the first moment that I realized people are evil. I mean,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
that's just the reality of it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And right now, until this fucker is caught, we can all firmly believe that justice is not being put where it needs to be put completely in the
Yeah.
United States. I
Right.
mean, you take other countries, they call us, oh, we're supposed to be the super phenomenon of the world, right? No, hell no. We've lost sight of what's important a long time ago.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the biggest religious wars the biggest wars that ever happened on this planet were all religious based. Okay, and for what? Nobody has religion anymore, honestly.
Yeah.
Not really.
And the reason you know that is because nobody has a moral compass. Everybody is out for themselves. They're not going to help anybody. It's just I don't know. This whole situation just pisses me off.
It's
Which
not a religion; it's faith. Faith is what Religion is just a name. Faith is actually a relationship with God.
That's true. That's true.
Because people can have a religion, doesn't mean anything. I've got two pairs of shoes. I mean, but
yeah,
you know,
I agree. And I'm at the point right now that I wouldn't give a fuck if somebody was worshiping a fucking cucumber in their fridge if they had a little bit of moral values to stop worshiping the media and the social bullshit that is driven by the news network.
Yep.
but see the laws and the everything were in this country were founded on values, you know, and we have lost. A lot of people have lost that moral compass.
Yep.
I mean, God has taken His hand off of us and letting things happen for a reason. That's why we're having so much problems right now. And if you look in, I know in Revelation, I'm pretty sure it's Revelation. Don't quote me on it. That the United States is not around in end times. There's no mention of it. Um, you know, that's I'm trying to remember where it was that something about the lion lost its wings, and the wings of an eagle. Okay, I'm trying to remember where I found that in there, but it's real interesting because everything's symbolic. Britain was the lion, and it lost the wings of eagle because that's when Britain lost the United States, and that's pretty much the only mention of it. So I'm pretty sure I can't remember where it was. I might be crazy too.
Well, I've got to agree with you on the faith thing, and we're all guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. And when people do stupid shit that
Like worship a cucumber in the fridge.
right. Well, I'm talking about like if you're out somewhere and you have a hostile individual that's doing something they should be doing, a threat to society or whatever the case may be. My first instinct is yes to protect everybody else, but my other instinct is how am I going to eliminate this problem, right? And if
Yeah,
you're staying absolutely true to faith, you wouldn't have that in your mentality. You know what I'm saying? And you go through daily things. Yeah, everybody deals with a lot of stuff. I've got a lot of employees. They deal with a lot of different stuff every
hmm
day, and I'm supportive of that because I know shit happens every day to everybody.
yeah,
And it's real easy to lose grasp on that faith when you have so many negative energies that's just surrounding you every day, but it's not influenced by yourself. Used to, it was like, you know what, I'm going to wake up, I know I'm going to have a good day, and usually you're surrounded by that aura all day long, but now you've got so many outside influences of negativity it's hard to maintain that.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
and that's the truth. Because, and the simple way to say it is the percentage of fucktards in our country right now is overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can't wake up. Look, I can't go at all, not one single day, without having some news flash pop up on my phone. Letting me know that something insane just happened, something crazy just happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if y'all been watching everything and stuff like that. And I am not an AOC supporter
Whatever.
at all.
Tell yourself what may help you sleep.
But she did put a video out today that was on the money. And she said what needed to be said. That
I'm sorry, uh, Vanguard. I've known you a while, but I gotta say, you're lying. All right.
no, 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 no. I mean, look. You have known me for a while. T's known me. J's known me. I got to put the truth where the truth is deserved to be at. And she had good points. She's like, everybody's worried about the wrong things. They need to be concerned with the citizens of the United States. And she's right. And she said there's a political war going on and it needs to be stopped. And I have to agree with that. I can't knock her for it because I have that same belief.
Well,
Right.
And the thing is we're losing the political war on the simple fact is we have a little bit of common sense.
I've been saying for years that we're already in civil war, been in one,
Right.
a talking civil war. Next stage is bullet civil war, and that's a road. Once you open that can, the genie's out of the bottle at that point.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna promote any type of violence in any way. YouTube. So understand this, but you need to know. Everybody needs to know the fact that if some fucking 6'2", 40-year-old man with a beard comes running at me with a fucking tutu on, I know what's gonna happen.
Jay's having
But
oh,
the
you got your back
odds,
on tequila.
the odds are not in their favor. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well,
And that's a war that nobody wants because it'll be easy to find the targets. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's real simple. Whoever's got the most Kool-Aid colored hair, obviously, we know where their stance are.
I don't know. You were pretty accurate on that description. It sounds like you've had that happen before.
Well,
were you running on campus at night?
I ain't done that in a long time.
Damn.
3 weeks can be a long time.
Well, I mean, you can see some shit like that in Walmart, your local Walmart.
Oh well, yeah.
That's the truth.
I mean, you'd be surprised what you can see when you're standing in one of the three lines of the 55 registers that's not open.
With
You
the
know,
with the AI camera staring back at you.
correct.
Yep. I see a lot of people eat up with the just because you can fit in it, you shouldn't wear it. If you get my feeling, you get my meaning.
Swap deer corn for hot pockets.
I'm just saying there's some folks of the female persuasion that roll up in my damn hood mart and they've stuffed some shit into some packaging that just they should have stayed indoors. I'm just saying. There's too many rolls and too many things jiggling for you to be walking around a fucking store. Dude, I can't describe it any other way. And then throw some fucking pajama some fucking fuzzy slippers or some shit on them and a damn bag on their head. I mean, you've got the trifecta.
Hmm.
You can't make that shit up.
I can't remember who sings the song. I'm struggling. T's got that one
Oh,
song running through his head. Country Girl, Shake It For Me.
I thought it was my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Oh, yeah, that one too. That's why T's at the grocery store all the time.
well, I've been having to pick up around here a few extra duties because my wife had to have surgery. You know about that.
Yeah,
So I've been playing Mr. Mom too.
had a girl.
Well, it's one of them things when you take that vow, you kind of either take it or you just bullshit your way through it. I took
Yeah.
mine. So
Well, that's good because I mean, a lot of those vows don't mean anything to anybody anymore.
no, I'm old school.
You know, get this part, richer for poor.
I mean,
So
I'm old school. When it comes to taking vows before God and everybody around you, that's kind of important.
yeah,
That's a measure of you as a man
yep.
and a husband. So that's just my
Uh
opinion.
oh. TMZ, they posted footage of the alleged person of interest walking down the street, I guess over by the college in broad
Huh.
daylight.
Really?
Yep.
That must be to get some favor since they were all laughing in the broadcast when they found out Charlie Kirk died.
Yeah, that's interesting because yeah, TMZ was taking a massive hit on that.
I mean, Fox was re-airing it, but behind the, you know, ingrained in the screen, it said TMZ.
Okay.
Well, I got to go back to what Mama D posted, the comment that I highlighted. She's right. They need to find whoever's that person's mama is because she knows where he's at.
That's it. Where's his parents? Somebody birthed that fucker.
I mean, come on, man. You can find anybody's fucking iPhone in the country with an app. I mean, shit.
You ain't
I don't
lying.
know. I don't know. It, the more I think about it, the more pissed off I get.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because if it would have been some leftist, trans neutral, Pan Am, car bumper hugging fucktard, they'd have found them already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, if the role had been reversed, and that was like Joey Behar that got clipped, shit would be on fire, or Whoopi Goldberg, or Ghetto
Well,
Crockett, or
that's how.
them.
Hang on, that's how we have to celebrate if one of them gets clipped because you know. And we also got to get Jay a new big screen and a Xbox or no PS5 and good stuff.
Well, I just think that we're about to see a shift in things. I believe. I believe people are going to wake up.
If we don't,
If we don't, we're doomed because either this will be the end of us, or the Muslims taking the country over will be.
I was about to say, look at Europe right now.
Well,
Yeah, look at Ireland.
yeah. I never thought that the UK would go to shit like they have. Boy,
Well,
they're on an express train.
I watched a documentary on that, and they're not even governed by their own country anymore.
Right. Right.
They're governed by some, I want to say, German country, some one of the Germanic countries, something or another, and they're governed by 42 or 46 different judges. So this is their
Well,
yeah.
let them figure it out.
Mm,
It's
yep.
going to get sporty there too. I
Yeah.
mean, just imagine Sharia law in this country. Just for a minute, just imagine that. I'm
Do I have
sorry,
to?
but I'm one of the motherfuckers that will not comply. You know,
Well, there was a video with some Brit, and he was talking about how bad it was there, and he goes, a lot of us are sitting back watching America because when it goes, you know, when it gets real over there, he goes, everybody's going to be glued to the TV.
yeah. And see over there, the bad thing is all they got is harsh language and sticks. They can't get guns.
Yeah. Well, look at Nepal. You saw what happened in Nepal, right?
Uh-uh.
They got so pissed off they burnt down their own capital.
Well, I mean, shit happens.
Yeah.
You know, shit happens.
I mean, this world's going to hell in a handbasket.
It is, and the only way we're gonna get through it is through the grace of God. That's the only way we're gonna make it. At least that's how I feel.
Well, the thing is if the U.S. goes tits up, it's going to be the
Yeah.
most chaotic situation the world has ever seen.
Yep.
And the simple fact is, it is a melting pot. So you've got so many different types of personalities here. I mean, it's going to be just, I don't know. I don't even have words to explain it.
I
Well,
wouldn't. I wouldn't use personalities. I'd say cultures.
Yeah. Cultures. Yeah.
what's happened is no one's been required to assimilate. So you've got all these
Right.
factions within our own borders, and it's going to blow up on us. And
Yeah. Like Dear Bornistan.
right, but see, all these fucking politicians, they're not concerned with it. They figure that, oh, we're just being charged. We'll let the little people fight. What they fail to fucking understand is that if this country goes tits up, it don't matter if you're in the government or not. Your power just went out the fucking window.
Oh yeah, it's going to slop over too.
Yeah,
You
and
think
what's
they
going to
think
happen?
they're
Law enforcement, military, everything's going to fracture and fall away, and then who's going to be your fucking security? You
yeah.
think your big ass McMansion's going to save you? You think a
Well,
beaver's
that's
going to hop in your private jet and fly you to the fucking Bahamas?
that's why they're building their own bunkers here.
Even so, you know, I'm just saying the shit. You know, it's not gonna. It's not going to end well for nobody if it degrades to that point. The politicians, they think their money will protect them and their power, and they'll be some of the first motherfuckers to go.
Well,
Because
that's why Zuckerberg's building a bunker.
true, but even if you build a bunker, how
Ned
many,
Beatty didn't. Ned Beatty couldn't make it down a river in a canoe. I mean, you think Zuckerberg's going to make it through Georgia? No.
well, what I'm saying is you can build all the bunkers and make all the plans you want, but when the people you are relying on to be in your inner circle or protect you are having to tell their own loved ones and friends to kick rocks, you think that's going to last very long? I'm just saying. I mean, your head of security, when you're telling him he can't bring his mother with him or his brother or sister or his kids or whatever, he's going to
Oh
rethink
yeah.
that plan. He's like, why don't you fucking put a bullet in your ass and we'll just commandeer this bunker for ourselves?
Right.
That's what I was about to say. Your head
I
of
mean,
security not
it,
planning for you.
if,
He's planning for him.
if it goes full war to the flies, only the strong are going to survive. You're going to see fucking Darwinism at its finest.
Who wants to be in a damn bunker anyway? I mean, you're confined to you know thousands of square feet. I'd rather be up on land where I've got millions and millions of acres to roam. I
Well,
mean,
it could very well be that it's they got a 30-year supply of Gates burgers, and you know They're just going to let all the little people kill themselves off and then go to the surface, just take everything over.
Mm.
Who knows? You know, but my intent is that hopefully we as a people can at least limp this country along on the right track so that our kids and grandkids aren't in the front lines fighting for their life. That's what worries me.
Right.
You know, that's what I worry about every day. I worry about my children and my grandchildren having to live in some third world hell trying to stay alive because of what we allowed to happen. That's my fear. That's not what I want for them. You know?
Then we have Vanguard's world of the 6'2" bearded man in a tutu with their cucumber.
Huh.
I can't speak to that.
He just told us on here, so I mean,
I think
Well,
uh,
honestly he was having a flashback to his college days.
uh it's always the
When they
cucumber.
when they had the when they had that mile race at night, he had looked over his shoulder and a big guy like that in a pink tutu and a cucumber coming up after.
Mm,
He
no,
did tell
mercy.
me he set the record one time, so for fastest
Yeah,
mile. I bet it was that night.
bless his heart.
well, guys, I hate to talk and run, but I got to get off here. I got a injured wife to take care of. But y'all can keep it going, or we can
Okay.
all drop off. I don't know if Vanguard's gonna make it back or not. It's up to y'all.
He found his cucumber again.
Yeah.
Again, I can't speak to that. But
Ah,
Jay,
yeah.
you got some parting shots or some words of wisdom? Drop them on everybody.
All right. Same as always. Don't trust your government. Carry always. Train. Don't be a soft target. Don't live in condition white. That's not a place to be. Watch your surroundings. That poor girl on that bus, train, whatever it was. That poor girl, looking at her covering her face right before she died. That was awful. Absolutely awful. And then you got the worthless pukes that were all around that got up and moved or left or ignored it.
Mm-hmm.
That's so that 23-year-old Iran or Ukrainian girl.
Yep.
She was
She
coming over
thought she
here
was
for a
that
better
safe.
life.
She
So
when
Yep.
she got to America, she thought she was finally safe, and
yep.
she paid the price. But then again, I mean, what those people sitting next to her didn't even reach out to help.
No,
Nothing.
nothing.
And then
There
I
was
mean,
one dude that
they just got up
one
going
dude
to
jumped
her.
up to help, but
It was
it
a
was too
guy
late at
and a
that point.
girl. A man went over to give her some help, but she was already gone at that point.
Yeah,
And a girl come over to help. But I
yeah,
mean, that story just. Mm.
There,
And
yeah,
that
the
happened on
sheer
like what the
terror she
twenty
must have
second of
felt.
last month.
yeah,
No excuse.
yeah. Just
No excuse.
just watch your surroundings. Trust nobody. You know, it's it's awful. And now Charlie Kirk and his widow and 2 children and family are all without him now. It's an awful time. Absolutely